Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Janie.
How are you?
Good, tired, but
Yeah, this daylight savings is messing with everybody.
but it's like we got like an extra hour of sleep, and I
But
didn't
it's
understand.
my body off.
Yeah, and my boyfriend got home. He goes, "Oh my god, I'm so tired," and I'm like, normally you're not that tired. He goes, "Well, I saw 2 change to 2 again," and I'm like, "Oh, I forgot daylight savings. Totally forgot about that."
I forgot to change the clock, okay, in the classroom. So
Oh.
like at 3:20 yesterday, I got up and walked out because I had someplace to go at 4:30. And so I didn't realize it until later on that evening. It's like, I don't know, 5:30, 6 o'clock, something like that. And I realized, oh my God, I go, my phone's messed up. They're like, no, it's not. I go, it can't be 5 o'clock because I know I left work at 4:30. And they're like, you had to have left an hour earlier. And I didn't realize it until I was already home. I felt so stupid. I'm like, oh my God. No wonder everybody's looking at me kind of weird. Like, why are you getting up and leaving right now? Oops. So I said, the first thing I'm going to do is change that clock. Oh my goodness. And when it starts to get dark, I get really sleepy. I'm sorry, and it gets dark light.
Me too.
That's what I was like. It was 5 o'clock or something. 5:17. I remember it was like 5:17. I'm like, why is it so dark out? I need to go home. And they're like, it's only 5 o'clock. Oh, that's bad.
I'm sorry, I forgot to text you yesterday, Miss Janie, at 2.
Okay, so she said, is there any way, because we got to have that ID, is there any way you can go down to the DMV and take care of that? Like, just wait and tell them what's going on. If they don't give it to you like this week, that's what I'm saying. If you don't get it this week, go on Monday,
Okay.
because it'll be worth
Yeah.
it. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you're just
No,
gonna
I
have to
know.
wait.
I just don't know if they'll be able to give it to me. When I talked to the girl on the phone, she just said that we're just super behind and we're 8 weeks out. So that's pretty much all she told me. Like there wasn't no any other option. So I'm gonna wait.
Strange.
What's that?
Like I said, this is what's so strange is that Donovan, myself, and Miss Becky all had to have ours done, and like we got it really fast. That's why we were wondering why it's taking so long now. Yeah,
I have no
I know
idea.
it's not your fault, but I mean, she goes, just try and get it because you know you have a job. You've got to get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So
Steph,
let's
go to
maybe
go
push
to
the
like
button
Los
on somebody.
Banos or something.
Well, I was thinking maybe
What was
she
that?
push the button on somebody at work and they might have it out this week. You know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying, Stephanie?
Sorry, one more time.
I said, what might happen is because you called and you handled it like on the phone, you might see it this week. It might just go out because they're like worried that it's, needs to go out. And it's been so long because that really is a long time.
It's been 2 months.
Yeah. And there's no reason for that.
Yeah.
There really isn't any reason.
Same thing's happening to my husband though. He did his before mine and he still hasn't got it.
Yeah. It's like almost like feel like they lost half of them. That's what I feel
Yeah.
like.
I don't know what's happened. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna call, if not go down there next week if I don't get it this week. If I don't see it this week, then
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what I would do. Oh, I got somebody who I'm looking to see who has gotten into the meeting yet. I'm gonna take roll while you guys are all in here, okay? So let's see. I got Sarah, Angela, Jasmine, Griselda, Stephanie. I got Catalina in here, not Catalina yet. Okay, Megan, are you in? Are you still trying to join? I don't know what's going on. It's like on joining. Okay, Danielle, got you. I have Avery today. Okay, good. And Diana, there we go. I want to remind you girls, we've got state board tomorrow. Please do not miss, okay? Because I got to get you through these, a couple of them. Even if it's your first time, don't feel bad. It actually works for your advantage to go slower because everybody else gets to go a little bit slower because I've got to walk you through it. So it's not a big deal, okay? So don't worry about it. If you're thinking on that because you don't want to come in, that's silly. We'll walk you through the whole thing. Okay, I'm waiting for a couple of people. Okay, did she get in here yet? She didn't, huh? No, she got bumped again. I'm gonna wait until Megan gets in here. So we're still waiting on Catalina. She hasn't come in here yet. And Jennifer didn't show up. Okay. Okay, there's Megan again. See if it'll let her in this time. There we go. Okay. I don't know what was going on, Megan. I tried to let you in. Seriously, I don't know what's going on. I just want to make sure everybody has their stuff tomorrow to do state board. Okay. And don't feel bad if you think you can't make it or you can't do it. We'll walk you through the whole thing. It's a lot easier just to get it over with. And then the second time, it's a lot easier. It gets easier after every time you do it. I trust me. I wanted to let you know that next, let's see, on the 18th, which is a Wednesday, we'll have a dermalogica webinar instead of me. So it's going to be 2.5 hours long, and it's all on exfoliation, which is really interesting. Okay. So we'll be bumped basically from our regular class to watch that webinar. And then I'll give you the address and the class that you have to join for everyone to get into it. Okay. As it gets closer, here comes Catalina. Okay. She's coming in, hopefully. Okay, good. Now everyone's in here. And Jennifer should have been. Yesterday she came in late. Okay. I'll put it in here 1 hour. All right. So are you all ready for a new chapter? Yeah? Have you got a pencil and a pen or something to write with so I can give you key terms so that you'll use these today as part of your homework? Since we are on chapter 10, I'm going to close the door here, please. Told you it's been so cold lately. I have like a little heating pad in here on my back. It's too cold. Okay. So, everybody ready to go? Yes, I'm like going through these numbers here to make sure everybody's okay. Yusara, are you ready? Okay, good. All right. So your first word is cleanser. Cleanser. Okay. Your next word is astringents, and it's ASTRINGENTS. Astringents. Okay, then you have moisturizers. Moisturizers. Okay. And then you have SPF, which actually stands for sun protection factor, but you can write it as SPF. Then you have sunscreen. Okay. Then mechanical exfoliant. Where's Jennifer? Sorry.
Mechanical what?
It was mechanical exfoliant. You got it?
Yesterday, the video. No.
You need spelling?
Yeah,
You
okay.
sorry, do you need spelling?
No.
Okay.
AXFOLEIED.
A-N-T, yeah, A-N-T. Good morning, Jennifer. We're actually taking in our key terms, okay, for today's homework assignment. So I'm going to finish them and then I'll go back to the ones you missed, okay?
Okay.
Are you there, Jen?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. All right. So after mechanical exfoliant, it's chemical exfoliant. Okay, the next word is dehydration. The next word is manipulation. The next word is massage therapist. Massage therapist. Okay, and the next ones are massage manipulation names, okay? So the first one's going to be effleurage. Now spell it EFFLEURAGE. Okay. The next one is petrissage, and that's spelled PETRISSAGE. Okay. Then you have tapotement, and this is TAPOTEMENT. The next one is hacking, HACKING. Then we have friction, FRICTION. And then we have vibration. All right. The next word is disincrustation solution. So I'll spell it for you. It's DISINCRUSTATION. Solution. Okay, disincrustation solution. All right. Then we have multifunction machine. Okay, multifunction machine. The next one is iontophoresis, and I'll spell it. It's IONTOPHORESIS. Iontophoresis. Then I have indirect high frequency. And then I have direct high frequency. And I think that is it. Yep, that's it.
What the last one, please?
The last one was direct high frequency. So, Jen, I'm going to go over the first ones that you missed. Okay, hold on one second. Okay. The first one is cleanser. The second one is astringents. The third one is moisturizers. Okay. Then we have SPF, which stands for sun protection factor, which you can keep it as SPF. Then you have sunscreen. And then it's mechanical exfoliation. So this is where you came in. So I'll repeat these for the rest of the girls. You have chemical exfoliation, dehydration, manipulation, massage therapist, effleurage, petrissage, tapotement, hacking, friction, vibration, and disincrustation solution, multifunction machine, iontophoresis, indirect high frequency, and direct high frequency. Okay. Did everybody get those? So that's part of your homework today, just part of it. Okay. I want to get this going over here.
I had a question about tomorrow doing the state board test.
Uh-huh.
I have literally all the supplies besides just the 3 brown bags. And I have work like immediately after this. If anyone has like extra 3 brown bags, can they
Oh,
bring
grocery
it?
bags? I'll pick you up 3 of them, okay?
Oh, cool. Thank you. I don't have any time. I was so busy yesterday and then I have work today. So
Not a problem.
cool. Thank you
I'll
so
get it for
much.
you, okay. Good, you got everything in the baggies? Good, great. That's gonna help a lot. Okay. So are you ready to go through your workbook here? Your lecture and theory. Okay, we should be on page 292, and we're on chapter 10 for facials. And it's like 325 to 327 in your textbook, if you want to follow along. Okay.
Miss Janie, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so we're on these are the key terms for chapter 10, correct?
Correct.
Okay, for those of us who've already done the key terms for chapter 10, do you want us to do it again?
You can just take a picture of it.
Okay.
Turn it in, okay? Because there'll be plenty of other work right afterwards so that you guys will have something to do.
Okay.
Okay, that way I just put it again back in the file. I know you had to do them when you started here and it was kind of hard because we were hoping we were going to get through this thing like in a couple weeks, and it took months for us to get out there. So some chapters you will be doing twice, which
Okay.
is kind of a good thing in a way, because normally if you were here from the start to finish, you wouldn't finish all of the chapters. You barely just finish all the chapters one time, let alone going through it twice. So in a sense, we're actually, it's a good thing. You know what I mean? Because the Cosmos go through their theory 3 or 4 times in the course of their being here. But that's only because they have 15 chapters, but they're here 1,600 hours and you're only here 600. You know what I mean? So we're getting through this. Okay. So you guys all ready with me? How you doing, Yusara? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So I had done this paper for you already, right? For your books? Okay. All right, so skincare, you're going to put in there just it's a good home care regimen, okay? So right next to skincare is a good home care regimen. Okay. And then when you get to your proper skincare, they're going to talk about a well-balanced diet. Okay. Adequate water intake. You want to limit your sun exposure. You want to exercise and rest accordingly. And then you want to use professional skincare products and treatments. So under your skincare, where it talks about the good home care regimen, this is what they're considering proper skincare. A well-balanced diet, adequate water intake, limited sun exposure, okay, exercise and rest accordingly, and then the use of professional skincare products and treatments. Okay, that's all it goes up in that top form. Then it talks about and breaks down the daily care. And it says, follow this regimen twice daily, meaning morning and evening, correct? That should be already written in your book. All right. And then it has number 1, right? For the 4 steps in keeping skin in good condition, correct? All right. So number 1 is to cleanse thoroughly with the products that don't strip our moisture. Okay, so you're going to cleanse thoroughly with products that don't strip the skin's moisture. Okay, number 2, you want to tone the skin. It's using either a toner or an astringent. So here's the difference between the two as far as the textbook is concerned, okay? A toner could be used on someone with normal to dry skin, and an astringent would be used on normal to oilier skin. Okay, but it also just happens to be whatever that product uses, because some of them may only have a toner, some of them may only have an astringent. So, you know, if you had to break it down, that's how you would use your dry to oily skin, but most of them only have one. All right, the third one is to moisturize that skin, right? And then that fourth one would be your SPF. We want to make sure we protect our skin from the exposure of the sun. So you have cleansing, toning, moisturizing, and your SPF, which is protecting. Okay, those are the four that are in those little numbers right there.
Jenny, why we have four? Because the moisturizer with SPF, it's same
Not
same
all,
brand.
not all of them. Okay, when you put a moisturizer with an SPF together, okay, even though they're two separate products, right? If you mix them together, you're only going to get half of what that SPF is, because that
Oh, okay.
moisturizer is buffering it. Okay.
Okay.
So we mix it when we're trying to get a client used to a 3-step, which means cleanse, tone, and moisturize, doing all three of those for like 30
Okay.
days. Some clients don't do that. So we're trying to get them on a 3-step, but we kind of slide that fourth one under the rug, so to speak. So if we're wanting them to actually start, we'll say, well, you know what, just mix your moisturizer and your sunscreen together, and then it's still only 3 steps.
Okay.
Because most people can remember 3 things, 4 things a little harder.
Okay.
So when you
Like
make it
double moist, like
yeah, but
double moist.
too hard for somebody, they won't remember it or they won't do the
Okay.
procedure. So
Okay.
they'll have all these bottles on the counter and they're like, you know what, there's too many of them. I don't want to do all those every single day. So we start them off with just on 3 and then a sunscreen. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Cleansing. We're going to break this down. Okay. It's the first step in your regimen. Okay. The first step, it's designed to remove surface dirt and makeup. Your textbook actually talks about environmental pollutants, but basically that's the same thing as surface dirt, okay? All right, and they try to tell you not to use ordinary soaps because they are high in alkalinity, which alkalinity ends up stripping the natural moisture from the skin. So cleansing is going to be the first step in your regimen, okay? Designed to remove surface dirt and makeup. And that's all you have to put in there. Okay. 2 is toning, and toners can also be called, so you can write AKA, astringents, toners, or refresheners. And even the word skin refiners, they all basically mean the same thing. But here's where they're a little bit different, okay? It talks about cleansing the skin and balancing the pH, right? So here's what's basically happening. Some cleansers have what's known as a residue that's left on the skin. So when they're talking about cleansing it, that's the second step behind it to remove any residue left from the cleanser. Our particular cleansers that we use, we do not have that. Although we do on that pre-cleanse, but we always put another cleanser right behind it to pick up the debris. You just see what I'm saying? But they're saying some toners are actually used as that to remove that residue that's left. But the product that we're using does not do that. So you don't have to worry about it. I remember when my grandmother would use her little cold cream at night and put it on her face and then take tissues to remove it. And she always had like this trace of oil still left on her face. But then she would use rubbing alcohol. I know that sounds crazy, but she would use alcohol to wipe off the residue. It would tone the face, but it would also remove that residue because there wasn't anything strong enough back then to remove that residue. Nowadays, we use like a gel cleanser to remove that residue. But some skincare companies do use a toner to remove that residue. Okay, so that's why it says that in your textbook. It says toners are also known as astringents, okay, toners, refresheners, or skin refiners. And they cleanse the skin and balance the pH. Okay, if you have to cleanse the skin basically after that as a toning, then you would have to balance the pH. But we don't have to with our Dermalogica. Okay, it automatically goes back because it never removes the pH from the skin in the first place. Does that make sense to you guys? Some cleansers are just a little bit too strong. They might be too alkaline. okay? Or they might be too oily, so you would have to have something to pick up that residue that's left. Okay, but Dermalogica does not, so you don't have to worry about that. That's what I'm trying to get at. All right, the third one is your moisturizing. Okay, it's there to keep the skin soft, smooth, hydrated, right? Then we talk about our SPF, okay, which stands for sun protection factor, okay? They usually contain vitamins and nutrients. And sometimes they can promote cell renewal, but that's only if it's got like a retinol in that sunscreen, because sometimes they do, although it's not very good. But it talks about it in the textbook, that some of them have or can have ingredients that promote cell renewal. And since our skin cells will renew 30% faster when we're sleeping than when you're awake, that's why we ask you to use those retinols at night instead of a sunscreen. So in the morning, you're going to do cleansing, toning, moisturizing, and sunscreen, correct? At night, you're usually going to do cleansing, toning, moisturizing, and then you might use a night cream, a heavier cream, okay, or a treatment, because the skin is going to repair itself more at night than it is during the day, because it's not fighting all of the environment out there. Okay, so there is a test question that talks about how fast do the cells renew themselves while you're sleeping, and it's going to be 30%. Okay. All right, then it goes into oily skin. That's the next part of this on your checks, okay? And oily skin does need moisturizing, but excess sebum does not replace the moisture loss, okay? So moisturizer is putting in that water.
Or gel, no?
Hmm?
For the oily skin with
Yeah, but the
oil gel.
oily skin still needs moisturizing, but they're considering it to be adding hydration to it, okay? So oily skin will use maybe an oil-free moisturizer because it doesn't have the oil in it, but it does have the hydration levels that it needs, okay? Because there's two types of moisturizers. There's like an oil moisturizer and there's oil-free. Okay, and then it goes into number 4 again now, and it talks about protecting it. And it's basically telling you to use your sunscreen to protect you from UVA rays and UVB rays. Okay, we think of those rays when, you know, has anybody ever been to a tanning salon? Right? And they always say, oh, this tanning salon, you're only going to, you know, tan, you're not going to burn. And then other ones you go to and they end up burning. Okay, so we look at the rays just as that. The UVA rays are going to age the skin, meaning they'll tan them without burning the skin. The UVB rays actually are the ones that will burn you. So like when you go out into the sun and it's, you know, maybe a cloudy day or something, and you still get burned, okay? So most tanning places now will use UVA and UVB rays, okay? So you get a little bit of both. Some of them just use the UVA rays, but you needed to know the difference between the two. I just have an easy way to remember it. The A is for aging and the B is for burning, okay? That's what it does to the skin. All right, I'm not sure, is this written in where it says 90% of your wrinkles are caused by excessive sun exposure? Is that filled in for you already? Yeah, okay. Then 10% of your wrinkles are caused by the natural aging process, basically meaning things that we can't control, okay? That 90% is something we can control. If we stay out of the sun, we won't have that damage. Okay, but that 10% is caused, you know, from your genes, from your parents, okay? If your mom had good skin, there's probably a good percentage that you're gonna have good skin. I laugh at a lot of people because they think that they're always asking someone else that has good skin normally, okay? If they have bad skin, they're like, what do you do to your skin? And half the time, most of these people don't have to do anything to it because it's part of their genes, okay? It really is. And I remember a teacher here one time, she had gorgeous skin. It was just beautiful skin, never oily, never dry. It just glowed all the time. And one of the students had asked her one day, what does she put on her face? And she said, Vaseline. I'm like, do not tell somebody that. And she goes, but that's what I put on my face. I go, I know, but they're looking to you as, you know, what do you put on your skin? I want to try what you're doing because your skin looks fabulous. And I had to go and break it down saying, It's not about what she puts on her skin, because that's maybe what her skin needs, okay? But your skin, because it was oilier and it was breaking out, it would never want her to put petroleum on her face. Do you see what I'm saying? So sometimes you just have to let people know that it is part of their heritage, okay? It's hereditary, good skin or bad skin. Sometimes if it is bad, we can always work with it, okay, to clean it up, but we're not gonna have that gorgeous skin that somebody else has that had a history of having good skin. Sad, but it's true. All right, under your sunscreen, okay, your SPF basically means you can be out in the sun 15% longer than with no sunscreen, okay? That's basically what that means, okay? An SPF of 15 can be out in the sun 15% longer than someone without any sunscreen at all.
Miss Jenny,
Hmm?
here in area, like how much we need to use, like 15, 30, how much
It just depends on each person, how much you are out in the sun,
uh-huh.
okay?
But
You're-
usually,
We
like
usually, I use 30 to 50 at least,
oh, okay.
especially nowadays, 30 to 50 if you're gonna be out in the sun.
Mhm.
Okay, if I'm gonna be like out, say on the lake or something, I will go 100.
Oh, okay.
Because the water's gonna reflect and it's gonna get even burnt even then. So I try to protect myself the most, okay? And
Mhm.
because it causes hyperpigmentation in my, I've got a lot of it. I cannot say that I don't, because most of you have seen my skin underneath that scope and it's bad, okay, from years and years being under the sun. So you've got to be careful. I'm like, you guys don't have as much damage or anywhere near mine, so I want to keep it that way. Protect yourself. All right, the SPF 30, they say that this is recommended basically for swimmers or for people that are out doing sports. But when the product becomes wet, like because you're in the water, it needs to be reapplied, okay? But here's another analogy on those two, okay? You know the difference between a chemical and a physical one, okay? They are in a 15 and they're also in a 30, okay? The physical sunscreen, you're protected the minute you apply it, but it's gonna be a little chalky, okay? And you can go out into the sun, whatever it is you're gonna do, okay? But the 30 in the, the 15 or 30 in the chemical one, it takes 30 minutes for it to penetrate the skin to be able to block the sun's rays. So you will burn in that first 30 minutes, okay, when you're using a chemical sunscreen. It doesn't matter if it's 15, it doesn't matter if it's 30, it doesn't matter if it's 100, okay? A chemical sunscreen has to be absorbed into the skin for 30 minutes before it will start to work, okay? But we like to use the physical ones in this industry because if we're sending somebody out after a peel, we don't want them to have to sit there for 30 minutes to wait to go out into the sun, okay? And trust me, they can get burned sitting in their car with a tinted window, okay? It happens. All right, so does everybody understand the differences between those two? Okay. Then it comes back here to your UVA and UVB rays again, okay? And it says select the sunscreen that protects from both UVA and UVB rays, okay? These UVA and UVB absorbers are ingredients that will absorb the rays and deflect them. Okay, that's basically what they're meant to do. Okay. They're called absorbers that will absorb the rays and deflect them off of the layers of the skin. And these main ingredients, I'm going to give it to you, okay, are known as titanium dioxide and zinc oxide. Okay, these are going to be your absorbers. I can spell it for you. It's TITANIUM, and then dioxide is DIOXIDE. Okay. And then there is also zinc oxide. Okay. Everybody got those? All right.
Just I want to
Somebody
make
asked me a
sure what
question.
the first one, please. Just I want to
The
make
first one?
sure the first, yeah.
Okay. It's TITANIUM Okay, and dioxide, DIOXIDE.
And zinc. Okay.
All right, somebody, I think it was Megan asked yesterday about a sunscreen, right? That had vitamin C in it or something, remember? The
Oh
question.
no, I was asking because my friend had a dry spot on her
Oh,
nose.
that's right. Okay, so here's what we're going to talk about now. On the next page, it talks about vitamin C. Okay. Right. It's talking about if the client has a deficiency in vitamin C, okay, what's going to happen is it can actually contribute to cellular breakdown, okay, which means it's going to speed up the wrinkling process and the aging process, okay. So when I talk about diabetics, okay, having a weak healing process, they're in that same category. So they're going to need to make sure that they are taking extra vitamin C. Does that make sense? Okay, because if they bruise very easily, right, they're going to be very slow healers. But vitamin C is a main contributor to that, to the breakdown. So you really don't want to put it in there. And they also use it in with retinols to help speed up that in a chemical product. Okay, so we need the vitamin C in our bodies, but we also need that vitamin C when we're speeding up cell renewal. And you'll see in a lot of products will have like a vitamin C in it, along with the retinol. It kind of like gives it, I don't want to say a burning sensation, but it gives it a pretty tingling sensation to the skin. So
Jenny,
under the first block, okay, you're going to put in there, all right, a deficiency in vitamin C, okay, can contribute to cellular breakdown. And that means that it's going to speed up the wrinkling and aging process, okay? And the second block in there is the ingestion of large amounts of coffee or tea or smoking cigarettes, okay? All deplete the body of vitamin C. So ingestion of large amounts of coffee, tea, or smoking, they say smoking cigarettes, but I'm gonna say anything, medications, too much, medications can do the same thing. They'll deplete the body of that natural vitamin C. Then it talks about additional care, right? And it's basically referring to mechanical exfoliants versus your chemical exfoliants, okay? So right where it says mechanical exfoliants, I want you to write a little slash and write manual, because it basically means the same thing, mechanical and manual exfoliation. All right, and then you have two blocks underneath there. So the first block, you're going to write in there, it contains granular substances with slightly grainy or rough texture. So it contains granular substances with a slightly grainy or rough texture. I'm going to give you an example that St. Ives, which reminds me of that joke, Jasmine, yesterday. That was cute. Do you remember what it was?
It says if I ever meet the girl who bullied me in high school, I will, and she asked me about my skin, I'm gonna recommend her St. Ives apricot scrub. And I thought that was freaking hilarious because I'm like,
It is funny.
and then my grandma was like, oh, that's what I use. I'm like, oh no. And then I was like, seriously, I've told you not to use that. And she's like, why not? It works. I'm like, you're tearing your skin, ma'am.
Yeah, it does. I can actually, if I use that, you can actually see the little scrape marks on my skin.
And I
If you get
used to
underneath the skin.
I used to swear by it in high school too, because I thought it really did work because it felt clean. Cause like I'm that person who likes that it needs that kind of clean feeling, even though like there are things out there that clean your skin, but they don't have that like kind of invigorating feeling to them. So
A
it was
washcloth
just,
can do it too.
Yeah,
the
that's
same
true.
thing a washcloth can.
I
and it's
just-
not-
I don't trust wash. I'm a super like I'm kind of a germaphobe. So to me, I'm like, oh my God, like wonder if there's bacteria on the washcloth, even though it's clean and you only use it once. I don't know. I'm really weird about germs.
Well, you would only use it once, trust me.
Yeah.
All right, the second block on this, it's caused by an abrasion of rough texture against the face to remove those dead skin cells. So it's caused by an abrasion of rough texture against the face to remove dead skin cells. Okay. Caused by an abrasion of rough textures against the face to remove the dead skin cells. All right, your chemical exfoliant now, you've got 3 little blocks on it, okay? And the first one you're going to put in there, it contains natural substances. We're going to put in little brackets like enzymes or alpha hydroxy acids, where you can put AHAs. So it contains natural substances, in brackets, enzyme or AHAs. Okay. And the second block, it basically explains how it works. Okay, it works in conjunction with other ingredients to cause a chemical reaction to remove the dead skin cells. So whereas your mechanical one, we're using an abrasive, grit, rough texture kind of product. Okay, this one it's usually a creamy product. Okay, but it has a chemical reaction in it that does the exfoliation for you. So you're going to put in there, it works in conjunction with other ingredients to cause a chemical reaction to remove the dead skin cells.
Miss Janie, can you repeat that, please?
It works in conjunction with other ingredients to cause a chemical reaction that removes dead skin cells. Okay, and then your last one, the last box in there, it leaves a smoother feel or texture compared to a mechanical exfoliant. So the chemical one leaves a smoother feel or texture compared to the mechanical exfoliant. And right below that, it just basically gives you a heads up on it that the chemical and mechanical exfoliants are effective for deep pore cleansing. Okay. Your mechanical one is like on a weaker side of an exfoliant, and then the chemical one is a stronger one. Because remember, mainly we're doing exfoliation to make that skin look really good. Okay. Get rid of those dead skin cells so that the skin starts to glow. So unless you're using the daily microfoliant, there's no need to do exfoliation every single day. Okay. So then we're going to go into these masks today. I want you to pay attention to this because this is part of your homework today. We're going to play a little game that's called What's Your Mask? So I'll give you that in the homework when we get ready to disperse that. Your first mask, okay, is known as your clay or mud masks. Okay, and that first block, they're rich in minerals, clays, and muds. Okay, rich in minerals, clays, and mud. Okay, anybody ever have a bee sting and your parents put mud on the bee sting to get the stinger out? Okay, because mud has like a pulling or drawing type of reaction to it. So what the second one is, it's going to absorb the excess oil, tighten and refine the pores. Okay, so anything else, it's drawing out the oil. Okay, in the meantime, it will tighten and refine the pores. The third one, it's going to aid in the prevention of clogging. So it's not going to clog the pores. Okay, this fourth one is suited for what type of skin do you think?
Probably oily skin.
Oily and acne skin types. Yep, suited for oily or acne skin types. And be very careful to use it over somebody that has cystic acne, because clays have a tendency to dry. So even when we're using one of the clay masks that I have in here, I have to loosen it up before we remove it, you know, with a toner or something to loosen up that dry clay. Okay, and the fifth block under there, you're going to put on, is not recommended for dry skin. Not recommended for dry skin. Okay. Then you're going to go right underneath it where it says cream masks, and you have 2 blocks on that one. And the first one is you're going to have creamy textured masks. Okay, creamy textured masks. Basically, it's giving its description of what it looks like. And the second one is it's rich in moisturizers, humectants, and vitamins. Okay, rich in moisturizers, humectants, and vitamins. Your book might call it other nutrient-rich ingredients, but they're referring to vitamins. Now, some vitamins don't stay stable when it hits the air, so I'm going to give you a heads up on that too. Okay. So you have creamy textured masks, and then rich in moisturizers, humectants, and vitamins. All right, gel masks is our next one. Okay, and the first block on that is they're designed for a variety of purposes. Okay, and it depends on the ingredients used in the gel mask. So it's designed for a variety of purposes. You can write in there depending on its ingredients. Okay, and the second block on that, they will contain botanicals and ingredients to either calm and soothe sensitive skin. So it contains botanicals, which are water oils, right? And ingredients designed to calm and soothe sensitive skin. All right. Then we have modeling masks. Okay, and this is a rather strange mask. Does anybody know what a modeling mask is? Okay, what they do, it kind of makes a molding. I want to say, what is that? It's stuff that they use to make the mask for theatrical makeup when they're doing like characters, like aliens or whatever. They're putting on, like, I'm trying to think of that consistency. It's like a clay that dries up a little hardened so they can actually make a mold out of it. Okay, well, the mold.
Is it just modeling clay? It's
Yeah, kind of like that, because that's what this is. It's a powder that you're going to be mixing with water, and it goes onto the face very thick, and then it hardens. And basically what you're going to do is pop the corners with like a popsicle stick and pop the whole piece off once it sets. It's a very strange mask. But what I want you to put in there, okay, on the first block is it has a variety of beneficial ingredients. Okay, a variety of beneficial ingredients. Okay, and then the second one is going to be mixed with water and applied in a thick consistency to the face. This is going to continue on the next column, though. Okay, so it's mixed with water and applied in a thick consistency to the face. All right, you're going to go up to the second column, okay, and the third block on there is, it dries and hardens to a rubber-like consistency. It dries and hardens to a rubber-like consistency. The fourth one on this, it's pulled from the face in one piece. Remember I was talking about coming up underneath it and popping these like four corners, so it comes off in one piece. All right. The fifth one is they contain benefits that are derived from their ingredients. Okay, so depending on what's in there, this is how the skin's going to react to those ingredients. So it contains benefits derived from ingredients. And the next part of this on the next block, it seals the skin, locks in moisture, and creates a firm, taut feeling. So the skin gets kind of tight. We use it to like tighten up the neck here. So it seals the skin, locks in moisture, and creates a firm, taut feeling. Now, this type of a mask is going to require a higher price tag on that one, okay? So on the seventh block right there, you're going to put in there, command a higher charge for this particular mask. So I do have one here that I'd like to show you. So Thursday when you come in, okay, I'll need a model to do that mask. So you can't be, how can I say this? You can't be claustrophobic, okay, because it literally covers everything except for your mouth and your nose. All right,
Can I do it?
you do it. I have a couple people before you that want to do it, okay, but I will get, you'll get a chance too.
Okay.
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 All right. Okay, I'm giving that option on there that Danielle and Stephanie had wanted, but I'm gonna see which one of you can actually handle that, the claustrophobic on there, because it is pretty strong. The other person.
I mean, I would
Uh,
volunteer, but I feel
Yeah,
like I'm
no.
losing my mind, all cocooned.
Okay, Miss Jenny, but I think this not for like age like 20th. I think no.
No, it can be, because I'm gonna do two of them. I'm gonna do a paraffin and
Okay.
I'm gonna do the modeling, and they're both somewhat similar,
Okay.
okay, as far as like the claustrophobic kind of thing. So
Okay.
we'll see who can actually tolerate them tomorrow. Okay. All right. Then follow underneath that, it says paraffin mask, and that's the other one I'm going to be doing tomorrow, is that modeling and the paraffin mask. So the first block on that is, it's a type of wax used for hand and facial treatments, okay? It's a type of wax that's used for hand and facial treatments.
Miss Janie, is this the wax that you told us about?
Yes. So I might just have you doing your hands so you'll feel it first.
My boyfriend, I told my boyfriend about it and he goes, really? And I'm like, yeah, it makes it really soft.
Okay, I'm going to give you the instructions to put it into your blocks here, but let me tell you, there's two ways to apply this, okay? And I'm going to tell you why we use this particular way here at school, because it's cost effective, okay? So what you would mainly do is you would cleanse the face. You could even put a moisturizer or some type of treatment underneath the skin. Then you're going to take a thin layer of gauze. I guess I lost Jen. Okay, thin layer of gauze and lay it across the skin, okay? And then you're going to apply a coat of the paraffin, okay? And you might even put like 2 or 3 coats on there, all right? And you're going to cover it all the way down on her neck. So this is the particular mask that you would start at the top, right? And go down instead of from the neck coming up. All right, you're gonna start from the top because you don't wanna break the seal. When it's time to come off, you'll just roll up that gauze and it'll pop it off of the skin. Okay, so that it's not real messy. It's not little flakes everywhere. It's a lot easier to remove it in that type of a piece. The other way to use it though, okay, is that you're gonna keep applying till you have at least 1/8 of an inch thick on that paraffin wax. So at that point, it's going to be removed kind of like the molding mask. You're gonna pop the corners of it off and it'll come off in one piece. And you don't actually apply gauze underneath this one. You apply the wax completely to the face and build it up until it's like 1/8 of an inch thick. Okay, and then it'll come off in one piece. All right, so what you're gonna put in your book here, okay, that second block, it's going to be applied over a thin layer of gauze, okay? And this hardens as soon as it dries, I mean, very fast. It's applied over a thin piece of gauze and instantly hardens. Okay, the third one is, it doesn't have any medicinal benefits, okay? It doesn't. But it does increase circulation and it promotes penetration of ingredients. Okay, and what that means is because of the heat it causes, okay, to the skin, heat actually pushes whatever ingredient you're going to get into the skin deeper. Okay, so that's how it works. It will speed up that circulation and then push that ingredient deeper into the skin. Right, and your last block on that side, okay, it is highly recommended for dry or mature skin types, okay? And then you can add in their 4 back facials also. This is great for a back treatment because you've relaxed a client so well. Instead of putting that ice cold mask on them, you apply that nice warm hot wax. It feels really good. All right, at the bottom down here, okay, it says cleansing, toning, moisturizing, and protecting are the 4 steps that create the daily regimen for skincare. What other daily health or wellness regimens can you name that you do at home? On a daily basis, let's put it that way. Okay, so how about brushing my teeth? There's one of them, right? Okay, what else do you do?
Shower.
Shower.
Taking vitamins.
Take vitamins. You wash your hair. You use deodorant.
Yeah.
Right? So these are all things that you'll do on a daily basis. So when clients tell me they don't have time, I'm like, you have time to do brush your teeth, wash your hair, jump in the shower, all of these things. So I'm trying to make it just as easy to slip into their program or their routine as possible, okay, without disrupting up their whole routine. Because sometimes it's a little difficult to get someone to start on a 3-step program, but you want to get them to get their skin in the best possible way, or you want to make sure that you're maintaining it, okay? And this is the way that we're going to be doing it. All right, I'm going to give you a little break right now, okay? And I will actually see you at 10 after. So you get a little 13-minute one, okay? So 10 after, we'll be back. All righty? Okay. So is everybody back now? Someone, oh, Megan's in the waiting room. Okay. So we are all back, right? Okay, welcome back, everybody. I may as well give you your homework assignment now. So let's make sure everybody's back in front of their screens. It's kind of going to be a fun one, okay? Catalina, are you back? There you go. Megan's back. Let's see. Everyone else back? Jennifer, are you back? Okay. Griselda? Yeah, thumbs up. There you go. Okay. I see you, Stephanie. Avery. Okay, so everybody's back, right? All right. So you're going to be doing your keywords, the definitions today. All right. And then you're going to make a poster board. Okay. Now, this poster board, if you can't get out to get a poster board, I will get a poster board for you for tomorrow. But you have to cut out all the pieces that I want you to put on this, okay, on this board. So you might have to do like a little on note paper, write your little writings or sayings, but I'll tell you what I'm asking for, okay? So what you're gonna do is if you were in your salon and let's just say you were doing a little bit of advertising yourself, okay? And you were trying to teach your clients what a 3-step is, like the cleansing, the toning, the moisturizing, and the sunscreen, okay? So you're going to make a little poster board to indicate to your clients, okay, how to take care of their skin, okay? So I don't care if you go onto Pinterest, because the girls did this before, it was really kind of cool. You can put it on a poster board, you can cut out things, you can say things, but you're going to make it kind of interesting for your client, why they want to take care of their skin. So I'm gonna try and see if I can pull up something off of Pinterest to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Okay, give me 1 second. That's the main thing I want you to do. It's a poster board to show your clients how to do cleansing, toning, and moisturizing, and the importance of it. Okay, so let me see here. This will at least give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Okay. All right. I'm looking up skin routine. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this one up because it's just the first one right up the top. Okay, I'm gonna put it as close to the screen as I can see. Can you guys see this at all? Because I can't see my screen. They need to go closer. I don't know why I can't see my screen. Here, hold on.
No, you can even move it
No, it's
back a little
okay.
bit.
Oh, I can? Okay, like something like this. Can you see the whole thing?
We can see half of it,
Okay.
the top
It's
half.
only showing you the 1, 2, and 3, right? Let me find it one more for you. Okay. Okay. Something like this. Can you see that?
Is it supposed to be like instructions?
Yeah. But it's also showing the client the steps that they're going to be doing, right? And while what each one of those steps do. Let me see. I'm trying to find something else for you.
So it's just like teaching them a basic
Yes.
skincare routine.
Oops, I just had it here. Yes, that's exactly what it is. Okay, here's another one. I don't know if you can see this. Do I need to go closer or farther back?
Oh, yeah. Direction.
Okay, so you're going to basically do the 4 steps, okay? Cleansing, toning, moisturizing, and sunscreen, okay? And you can get ideas off of Pinterest. I just put in their skin routines and all of these come up. Okay, so it's kind of fun. Okay,
Do we have to put like the brand? Like, are we supposed to be putting it?
no,
as,
you don't
like,
have to
we're
put the
using
brand down.
Dermalogic or something?
No,
Okay.
no, you can just put, you know, basically, because you don't know where you're going to be working and you would want the clients to know this, you know, these little poster boards. You can buy these like pictures and things like this that have no product actual name on it, but it does show the steps. And you can put them in little frames throughout your salon because you want your client to pick up that through osmosis. So I keep seeing the same signs, you know, and letting them know about their skin, that they start to absorb all that stuff into their head while they're visiting you. I know it sounds
Can we
crazy.
write it ourselves and put like
Yes.
a picture of a bottle and then like write cleanser
Yes,
on it or something?
you
Okay.
can. Mhm. Okay, so is everybody going to be able to do this?
It's like cleansing and
Cleansing, toning, moisturizing, and a sunscreen.
okay. Oh, what we
Okay.
have today. Okay.
So if you can't get a poster board, let me know. You can come down here and pick it up. So I'll go across the street and get them for you if you need them. Okay, a poster board. Okay, does anybody need to come down and get one?
Miss Jeannie, are you talking like a big like presentation
like,
poster
You know,
board?
like, yeah. Like you get at the dollar store,
Okay.
Mhm.
because that's basically what I would get to it also. All right. Does anybody need me to go and get one for them and they can come by here and pick it up? Okay, because you can get them at, like I said, at the dollar store. I don't care if it's colored, I don't care if it's white, it doesn't really matter. But you're basically teaching your clients, okay, about the importance of that cleansing, toning, moisturizing, and sunscreens, okay? So does everybody understand the assignment?
Mm.
You're going to bring them in tomorrow, okay? So we can all judge them. I'll have the teachers make a judge, like a little contest. Okay? And then you got one more thing to do. Okay, I was talking about a mask, right? Okay, so the thing I'm going to put in here for name that mask, and I will actually put these on the zip whip so that you'll know what they are. And it basically, it's 5 questions, okay? And it says, which mask is recommended for a client with oily or acne skin? Okay, which mask dries and hardens to a rubber-like consistency? Which mask is suited for oily skin and instantly reduces redness or irritation? Which mask is recommended for client with dry skin? And which mask is recommended for dry, mature skin? Okay, so that's why I said pay attention to the mask that we did today. And so you're going to write your answers. Okay, that's the last
Can you
thing I'm
repeat
gonna
it,
have you do
please?
for today.
Sorry, can you repeat it? The 5.
Oh, I'm gonna send you a text message with those 5.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so you'll have them and then you can just send it back to me. Okay, all right. So you're going to do your poster board, your key terms, and the masks. Okay, name the mask. All right?
Do we have to send you a picture of the poster board for it to count today, or just bring it in
Yeah,
tomorrow?
you know what? Yeah, you do. Okay, send me a little picture of that one, but you're gonna bring them in tomorrow so we can judge them. Okay? All right. Is there anything anybody needs, like paint or anything like that? Just let me know. Okay?
Miss Janie,
Miss
are we
Janie?
working on it in class tomorrow? Or
Yes, you're gonna bring them to class.
by tomorrow?
Yes. Mhm.
Which ones?
Which one's what?
Does it have to be finished by tomorrow? Or are we doing it in
Yes,
class?
yes, yeah, you're gonna finish it by tomorrow, or today, so that you can bring it in tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll take a picture of it today, and then send it. If you need the poster board and some paints, just let me know. You come down and pick them up, okay, to help you out. All right,
Miss
does anybody
Janie?
need? Huh, yes.
Okay, so if I don't have, like, if I can't get my printer to work today, can I like
Mhm.
draw them out?
Yes, oh yeah,
Okay.
not a problem. You can print them off there, cut them up, paste them on the board. I don't care what you want to do, okay? So has everybody got pretty much an idea of what they want to do? If not, you can go to the, like I said, to Pinterest and look up skin routines, because there's a lot of them in there, okay? But you want to get the 4 main steps that we do, okay? And then I want to see everyone here tomorrow, okay? So keywords, poster board, and name that mask, all right? So I've given you your homework assignment. Are we good? Hi, Jasmine. You're just like right up next to my screen right now. You're the face of my screen. That's why I see it in this little pillow.
Yeah, I'm not feeling so great today.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just because it's getting colder, and literally last night I woke up at exactly 3. Okay, I'm kind of superstitious, so like to me, like 3 a.m. is like the devil's hour to me. And so I literally woke up at like exactly 3 a.m. and I heard like screaming, and it literally woke me up and my heart was pounding because I'm like, what the hell is that? And then I like listened to it. It sounds like an animal in pain. So like I told Danielle, like, we both have this theory that they're making an animal sacrifice, probably like, to like make sure Trump doesn't win or something. That part was my theory because it's like the only thing that made sense in my head. But no, it sounded like a little animal in pain. But I literally, like, at first I thought it was like an alien or something, and I don't even believe in aliens, but I've seen like enough movies. And I was just like, I closed the door and my boyfriend was asleep, and I was like, how the heck did you not hear that? He's like, I just remember you getting up. I'm just like, are you kidding me? But it was exactly at 3 a.m. I'm like 3:00, and it like scared the shiz out of me. Like it was all bad.
Your imagination, girls. Oh boy. Let me close this door. I'll be right back. Okay, I forget to close it back up and it echoes in here even more. So when I'm teaching, it's kind of hard. Okay, so we should be on page 294. Is that right? 293, 294. All right. It has a learning connection at the top. And this is a really bizarre thing, because when I try to explain it to you girls, everyone, they just like looks at me like, I have no idea what you're talking about. But it says, in the future, you may have clients as young as 10 years old. So teaching these youngsters the basics of daily skincare is very important. Create a rhyme designed to help them remember the importance of the daily skincare. It might be one way you would introduce or choose this topic. So in the space to the right, it says create a rhyme to introduce the daily skincare. Okay, so I'm going to give you the rhyme that they give you, and then you can actually try and come up with one yourselves, okay? So you can add this to your homework assignment, okay? But here's my rhyme, okay? Daily skincare, okay? First and last, morning and night. Cleanse your skin to start off right. Then apply toner to restore the natural pH. Follow with a moisturizer to refresh and balance. At last, add protection from the sun. Don't leave it to chance. Okay, it's not all like rhymes, but it's the best I got. Okay. So it's just a little rhyme, because we seem to remember rhymes, jokes, silly things, right? So come up with something that it might help them remember, okay, along with your little poster board. You don't have to put it on the board, you can put it on a piece of paper. Okay? So think of a way or something for them to remember as far as rhyming together. Because I always give you like little side jokes, things to help you remember things, right? Like local and little infection, right? And giant and general infection. Those are little like ways to help you remember them, right? So you might have to teach someone that's a little younger, and they have to have ways to remember. They usually sing a song or something to help them. So whatever you choose to do, just so that you can help them remember the rhyme. All right, so let's start off on massage, okay? And massage is basically a systematic method of manipulating the body by rubbing, pinching, tapping, kneading, or stroking with your hands, fingers, or an instrument. So is that actually put into your book? No? Okay, so I'm going to break it down because you do have to have that definition right there. Okay? So it's a systematic method of manipulating the body by rubbing, pinching, tapping, kneading, like you're kneading dough, okay, or stroking with hands, fingers, or an instrument. So a systematic method of manipulating the body by rubbing, pinching, tapping, kneading, or stroking with hands, fingers, or an instrument. So let me know if you need me to repeat that, because it's a lot. You guys all getting this? Okay. I don't need to repeat it then? All right. Then we go into the benefits of massage. Okay, and there are 6 blocks there, right? So your first block, you're going to put in there increased circulation of blood supply. So it increases blood supply. All right, that's the first one. And the second block, it tightens and firms the muscles. Tightens and firms the muscles. All right. The third one is stimulation of the glandular activities of the skin. Okay, stimulation of the glandular, oh, quit laughing there. Stimulation of the glandular activities of the skin. And they're talking about like oil production. Okay, stop. Danielle, you can't stop laughing.
No, it's not you. It's
Okay.
not you.
Just came out at a weird time, huh? All right. The fourth one, relief from pain. Okay. All right. The fifth one, softens and improves the texture of the skin. Okay. Softens and improves the texture of the skin. And then the last one, which is the most important, okay, it's the relief of emotional stress and body tension. So it sounds kind of crazy, but you will find sometimes if you're getting a long massage to somebody, they might start crying on the table for some reason, okay? So they're finally relaxing and letting their guard down. And so it brings out emotions because touch brings out every emotion we've ever had. So you have increased blood supply, tighter and firmer muscles, the stimulation of glandular activities in the skin, relief from pain. It softens and improves the texture of the skin, and the relief of emotional stress and body tension. Okay. Massage requirements. Okay. Most regions, and I think they're talking about states, okay, allow estheticians to massage the head, face, neck, shoulders, upper back, hands, arms, and feet. Okay, so I'm gonna go over it again. Okay, most states allow estheticians to massage the head, the face, the neck, the shoulders, the upper back, the hands, the arms, and the feet. Okay, that's your massage. All right, when they're talking about the head, they're talking about the face. Okay, just to giving you, that part is like not the hair. Okay, you're not going to do the hair. And then when they're talking about hands, you can only go up to like their elbow. Okay, and then their feet, it's like right up to the shin. That's about it. Okay, as far as massage, I'm just giving you a heads up because there are parts that you just don't massage. All right, did everybody get all those in there?
Miss
Head,
Jeannie, do we have to do
neck.
feet?
What?
Do we have to do feet?
No, you don't have to do feet,
Okay, cool.
but it's saying that you can do it. It's like your license covers you to do those parts. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so don't worry about it. You don't have to. I was a reflexologist, so I was able to work on feet. And I like the feet. I know it sounds really crazy. I would rather do that than hands. And they would always say, well, hands are a little bit more, I guess, available to you because, you can stand anywhere or sit next to somebody and work on their hands, where it's kind of funny, like, take off your feet or take off your shoes so I can do your feet. People don't want to do that, right? But it actually is amazing. That or their ears, okay? It's ears, feet, and hands. So yeah, it's kind of relaxing. But if you've ever had somebody just play with your ears, just rubbing your ears, it actually
Yeah,
relaxes
I like,
any
yeah.
type of massage.
Yeah.
Actually relaxes us, and we don't realize it. It calms our breathing and everything else down, slows up that breathing. Okay, so massage therapists now are going to be trained to use touch to provide relaxation, stress reduction, health promotion, and pain management and injury recovery. That's the difference between a massage therapist and a massage or an esthetician, okay? So you do massage certain areas of the body, but the massage therapist does what's known as like a deep tissue massage, okay? They learn like Swedish massage, they learn reflexology, they learn acupressure, pressure points, all of that stuff is what a massage therapist does, okay? And depending on where you are, because it's not regulated by state, it's regulated by counties, okay? Some counties only require you to have 200 hours, where other counties will require you to have 500, and some of them even require to have 700 hours. It just depends on where you're going to work and what county requirements are. And then you can always go down to the police station and find out what those requirements are for the county. Okay.
Jenny, can you repeat those again?
They provide, okay, they can use touch to provide relaxation, stress reduction, health promotion, pain management, and injury recovery. Okay, so because I introduced the back facial to you, all right, and I tell you that's a light massage, and I've also told you there's no real routine on that, okay, because we're doing it for relaxation purposes and not health reasons, okay? And a massage therapist will do a back, when they do that muscle tissue massage, it's deeper, and it is for health reasons. Ours is not, okay? You always have to put it as the massage is for relaxation purposes only, okay? And you have to call it a back facial and not a back massage, okay? Because we're treating the skin, and the massage therapist is doing the massage for the back, okay? Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah,
You
more
can't offer
more
anything.
professional, a therapist more professional.
Mhm.
The therapist more professional.
Yes, but it is, you're not a massage therapist, so you can't call it a back massage. You have to call it a back facial, because we're cleansing the face, cleansing the back, we're exfoliating the back, we're applying a massage to it, and we're doing a mask. So we're treating it just like the face, but we're doing it on the upper back, okay? So that's how you have to label it when you put that service into your salon menu, okay? All right, so let's go down to the 5 basic massage movements, okay? They are effleurage, petrissage, tapotement, friction, and vibration. So those first 4 are the ones you will do at board. They will ask to see those incorporated in your massage. Okay.
Can
What
you
you have to
repeat it,
remember is-
please?
excuse me?
The 5, can you repeat it?
Effleurage, petrissage, chapotement, friction, and vibration. So what they're going to be looking for at board is that you at all times keep one hand on the doll because it's supposed to be the client, okay? You don't, that's why I'm always kind of moving my hands like this, and instead of like lifting up and doing them both at the same time, you're always going to have one hand on the doll at all times, and you're always going to use your facial fingers, which happen to be your middle and ring finger. We have too much pressure on our baby finger and our index and our thumbs. So you always use these 2 fingers for your massage, okay? All right, so now we're going to break it down to what each one does, okay? So on the effleurage box, okay, you're going to write light, soothing, gentle stroking, or circular movement, okay? So light, smoothing, gentle stroking, and circular movement. And it is relaxing, so we're gonna put that in there. So it's light, soothing, gentle stroking, or circular movements, and relaxing. Okay, the purpose, and this is strictly a state board question, so I want you to remember this part, okay? It soothes muscles and relax sensory nerve endings. So underline that, relax sensory nerve endings, because that is a test question for not only my class, but for board. So it soothes muscles and relaxes sensory nerve endings at the surface of the skin. Okay, that's the purpose of the effleurage movement. Soothe muscles and relax sensory nerve endings at the surface of the skin. Okay, its method now, it's used on the face, neck, arms. Okay, it's carried out with the pads of your fingertips or the palms of your hand. So it's carried out with the pads of the fingertips or palms of your hands. And it begins and ends your massage. So that's the one movement that you start with and the last movement you end with on your massage. So we start with effleurage and you end with effleurage. It's kind of funny, I used to make the girls at one point, they would take that cheat sheet that I gave you girls, you know, to review each of those manipulations as you're doing your routine. And then you had to break it down and tell me which movement was what. So which one was effleurage, which one was petrissage, which one was chapotement, so that you knew the difference between them. And I still might have you do that when you come back in here, but it is a way to remember each one of these manipulations. So the method again is used on the face, the neck, the arms, and carried out with the pads of your fingertips and palms of your hands, and begins and ends your massage, okay? Okay, so now we can go into petrissage, okay? And petrissage is a light or heavy kneading, pinching, or rolling of the muscle, okay? A light or heavy kneading, like kneading the dough, okay? Kneading, pinching, and rolling of the muscle. Okay, its purpose now is to deeply stimulate muscles, like your arms, shoulders, and back, okay, but deeply stimulates muscles, nerves, and skin glands, okay? Deeply stimulates muscles, nerves, and skin glands, causing increased circulation. Okay, so that deeply stimulates muscles, and they're talking about the arms, the shoulders, and the upper back, okay? Nerves and skin glands, and it causes an increased circulation. You already know that increased circulation is blood and lymph, so I don't have to put that in there, but just have to put increased circulation. All right, its method, okay? Kneading the muscles between the thumb and fingers, okay? Kneading the muscles between the thumb and fingers, or by pressing the palm, or by pressing the palm of the hand firmly over the muscle. So it's kneading muscles between thumb and fingers like this when we're doing our pinching, right? Or by pressing the palm of the hand firmly over the muscle. So you're kind of like cupping it, okay? I want you to add something in there, okay? At the end of where you had palm of the hand firmly, okay, you're gonna write in like little brackets, the word fulling, and it's F-U-L-L-I-N-G, okay? Fulling is used on the hand and arm, okay? So fulling is used on the hand and arm. It's another method of petrissage, okay? And it's called fulling, F-U-L-L-I-N-G. It's like when you're kneading dough, you're like kind of rolling it like that. Okay, so did everybody get that one? So petrissage is a light or heavy kneading, pinching, or rolling of the muscle. Its purpose is to deeply stimulate muscles, nerves, and skin glands, causing increased circulation. Its method is kneading the muscles between the thumb and fingers, or by pressing the palm of the hand firmly over the muscle. Now you're going to add fulling is used during a hand and arm massage, like you're kneading the dough. But that's the whole part that goes in there. I want you to underline the fulling word and it's when it's used, because that is a test question also. Okay. All right. You ready for chapotment, which is kind of known as percussion because we use it like playing a piano. So the actual first block is there, okay? It's light tapping or slapping movement applied with your fingertips, okay? A light tapping or slapping movement applied with the fingertips. Well, you already know that it kind of goes like this, but that movement that goes tap, tap, lift, that's that slapping movement, okay? So that's where it's coming from, tapping or slapping movement applied with your fingertips. Okay, its purpose now is to increase blood circulation, stimulate your nerves, and promote muscle contraction. But in actuality, it's not going to do that muscle contraction. Okay, so it's increased blood circulation and stimulate nerves and promote muscle contraction. The reason why I say it's not really a muscle contraction because we can't say that, your book says it as far as a test question, but in actuality, we can't cause a muscle contraction because then it would be considered a medical treatment, okay? All right, the method. The movement is usually carried out with your fingertips, tapping loosely, like you're playing the piano. Okay, the movement usually is carried out with the fingertips, tapping loosely, as if playing the piano. Okay, I'm going to have you put in brackets another word. Okay, it's called hacking, H-A-C-K-I-N-G. Okay, and hacking is one form of our chapotment, but it's called like chopping. So like when you're doing this on top of someone's back, okay? So hacking is one form of chopping with the edge of your hands, and it's used on the back and the arms and the shoulders. Okay. So that whole part that goes into the method, it's the movement usually carried out with the fingertips, tapping loosely as if playing the piano. And then hacking is one form of chopping with the edge of your hands, used on your arms, your shoulders, and your back. Okay. All right, you have one more little block there before you come to friction. And you're going to put never use on sensitive skin or certain conditions like acne or rosacea. Okay. So never use on sensitive skin or certain conditions like acne or rosacea. Has everybody got all of that in? I'll make sure, because if you don't, just let me know. All right. Then your next one is friction, okay? And friction is a circular or ringing movement with no gliding, okay? A circular or ringing movement with no gliding. Okay, and that's how I remembered it. Is friction has no gliding, because what you're doing is you're staying in basically the same spot. You're not lifting your hands. So if I was lifting my hands, like say, as I was doing an effleurage manipulation, it's not, you're actually gliding as your hand's going across, right? Well, this one isn't. It's actually staying in one spot. So it's used like around the temple. Okay, it's used right corners of the mouth. Okay, so it's just a movement that is circular or ringing with no gliding. Its purpose now is to stimulate and warm the muscle. Okay, stimulate and warm the muscle. And its method is going to be used on the scalp, on the hands, can be used in a facial massage with less pressure. Okay, and it's carried out with our fingertips. Sometimes the palms of your hand if you're going to do it on her back. So it would be just like this if you were doing it on her back, okay? Where you're not lifting it up. So the method is used on the scalp, hands, facial massage with less pressure, and it's carried out with your fingertips or the palms of your hand. It's the one manipulation that you drag to the temples. So let's say you just forgot where you were at, okay? And you don't want to stop the manipulations because it's going to startle the client. So instead, you're just going to kind of slide yourself to the temple and you just keep kind of doing this. You're like, okay, I remember what I was supposed to be doing. And then you just move into that next movement, okay? But if you get lost in your facial, always return to the temples doing your friction, okay? So that it doesn't look like you're messing up in your routine, and it also keeps the flow of the massage going for the client. All right, your vibration is the last one of the 5 manipulations, okay? And this is a shaking movement in the arms, in your arms actually, while your fingertips or palms are touching the client. It's a shaking movement in the arms, okay, while the fingertips or palms are touching the client. So it would kind of be like a vibration like this, you know, your fingertips are touching it and you're just a shaking movement. That was a weird sound. Okay, the purpose of this is to stimulate the skin, loosen up, and help relax the muscle. So stimulate the skin, loosen up, and help relax the large muscle. What's that noise? Do you guys hear that?
Maybe gardener.
What? Maybe what?
Gardener, the gardener. Gardener.
Oh, the gardener. I don't know what I was thinking. You said it sounded kind of like one of the Smurf names, the guard. Okay, that's bizarre, right? Okay, the method. Okay, you're going to massage a few seconds in one location and then move to the next location. Okay, so you'll do a little bit of vibration here, you'll move it down a little bit here. No, that's tapping. That's a tapotement. This
How
is
about-
it's a shaking, like a vibrating. Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Contraindications for massage. Okay. Do you have them all filled in? Does it have redness, swelling, pus, disease, bruises, broken and or scraped skin, high blood pressure, heart conditions, or previous stroke? So are those all put in there for you in your workbook? No one's answering. Is it written in there for you, or do you have to fill it in?
We have to fill it in.
Okay, so I'll go back to it again, okay? First one's redness. The second one is swelling. The next one is pus, disease, bruises, broken and or scraped skin, high blood pressure, heart condition, previous stroke. Okay. These would all be reasons for not to give a massage. Okay. And again, remember, because some of you have a heavier hand than others, okay? And you have to pay attention to your client, okay? Did she request a firm massage or a light massage, okay? And can she actually get a firm massage or a light massage, okay?
Thank you.
All right.
My
Okay,
husband bring for me coffee.
oh, he has to bring enough for everybody.
Next time.
All right. So instead of the massage, you can actually do what's known as the Dr. Jakay method, okay? So the Dr. Jakay method, on that first block, you're gonna write in there, he was a dermatologist, okay? You're just gonna write French dermatologist for oily or acneic skin types. And that's basically what that Dr. Jakay movement is, okay? It's for oily and acneic skin conditions. And the best way to describe it, I'll have to show it to you, but you're actually snapping your fingers, okay? So you would work in the areas where the oil glands are most, and you're gonna like snap. So in the cheeks, I just snap. So tomorrow when you come in, I will show you exactly what it is. You'll pinch like through the cheeks, you'll pinch across the forehead, you'll pinch on the chin. So there's areas that this is how you would use that manipulation. Now there's other massage methods you can use too. There's like a pressure point massage, and I could show you that one. That one's great for somebody that has sinus pressures, okay? Instead of giving them the European massage that you learned from that little cheat sheet, there are different types of massage that you can use on different types of clients, so that they're not really losing out on the massage, they're just getting a different one, okay? And Dr. Jakay is just happens to be one of them. So the second block on that one, you're going to write in there, it uses a gentle kneading and pinching movement designed to force excess sebum from the follicle. Okay, it's designed to force excess sebum, which is oil, from the follicle, or what you consider the pore, but it's a follicle. Okay, so it uses gentle kneading and pinching movements designed to force excess sebum from the follicle. Okay. That third block, it's telling you a small amount of skin is grasped between the thumb and forefinger. Okay, a small amount of skin is grasped between the thumb and the forefinger. So it's kind of like a pinching action. or snapping your fingers, I guess you could say. And the fourth block is going to be the skin is gently twisted in a motion similar to snapping your fingers. Okay. So it's like snapping your fingers is what you can put in there. And what it does is it forces the oil from the base of the follicle up to the surface, okay, because we're trying to empty those oil ducts. Okay, the fifth one, it's ideal for the chin, the jawline, forehead, and sometimes the cheeks. So chin, jawline, forehead, and sometimes cheeks. The sixth block in there, you want, do not grasp or pinch the skin too tightly. So don't do this movement tightly. Okay. And then the purpose of this one is the last one in there, okay? It's to clear the pores, not stimulate the gland, okay? Its purpose is to clear the pores and not stimulate the glands. Because remember, when you're doing an effleurage movement, you are stimulating the glands. You're trying to get that oil production out. So let's say somebody does have oily skin and you don't want to do the actual Dr. Jacquet movement, okay, and you don't want to do the European, and you can actually do pressure point too, okay? So there's always different types of massages that you will learn that you can introduce to a client instead of just the one routine that you learn, okay? Because remember when you first started, I said, okay, I wanted you to memorize the routine, okay? I wanted you to do that for a reason, because once you get the routine down, then I can show you the other massage manipulations that you can use instead of that one. So client may not like that, or a client may not want you to produce more oil, okay? So you would incorporate a different type of massage in there, okay? So you're just not learning one of them, okay? Or you're not learning just even the dermalogica method of doing that one standard massage, okay? Anytime you use the effleurage movement, and the more you use it, okay, you're actually increasing oil production, okay? When you're pinching, you're getting rid of the oil in the ducts, okay? Friction, okay, it's increasing blood circulation. So there's reasons why you do those particular manipulations, okay? That's what we're getting into now. It's like you learned how to do the routine, but this is why you're doing that routine and why it's incorporated in the massage that you choose to do. Okay, so I'm going to finish this last part and then I'm going to let you guys go. Okay, it says important massage points. Okay, and I'm just going to read to you. You don't have to put this stuff in there because you can write it shorter. Okay, because you've heard me make these same statements before. It says avoid removing your hands from the face once the massage has begun. Okay, if you need to break contact with that client, you want to feather off one hand and then the other. So let's say she dropped something, or she had hair right here, and you guys have always said, I got to get her hair out of her face so I can continue with the massage. What you would do is feather off one hand, feather off the other hand, take care of this little business right here, okay? Sanitize your hands because you've touched her hair, and then you're going to put your hands back on. You'll have to go through your spreading motion and then come back to where you were when you stop the massage. It's just letting you know that it's feathering off so it doesn't just give an abrupt break between you and that client. Okay, because remember, you're making a connection with that client when you start your massage. Okay, so it's always keep one hand on your hand on the body at all times. Feather off if you need to lift your hands from the face. And always direct your movement toward the origin of the muscle, which means always outside corners in, okay? And the reason they tell you that is because if you had looked at a face, okay, and all the muscles on the face, all right, let's say they remove the skin and you looked at muscles, you'll see how the muscles actually work. Some of them go this way, some of them go this way. So the manipulations are chosen to work with the muscle so that it keeps the muscle intact. If you're going against the muscle, which would be like you're trying to stretch the skin like this, that's what it does. It stretches the skin, causing those wrinkles, because you're doing it in the wrong way that the muscle is supposed to be worked. So it's basically like this. So there's always going to be this little saying that we always go manipulate a muscle from its origin, or excuse me, from the insertion point to the origin. Okay. Remind me tomorrow, I will explain that because I have something that will help you remember it, but I'm not going to put it on the Zoom. Okay. All right. I'm going to let you guys go for today. I know it was a little bit longer because I took it right up to the 12 o'clock. But I wanted to get to at least this particular point. So everyone understands their homework, right?
Yeah.
Yes?
Can you go over the name that mask, I believe?
Oh, I'm gonna actually type that up and I'm gonna send it in a zip.
Okay.
Okay, so you don't have to worry about it. So at least you'll know what it is. Okay, you just have to tell me what the mask is, okay? I'll say, what is such and such a mask? And then you'll tell me what I would use. Like, would I use a gel mask, an oil, you know, a mask, a mud mask, whatever.
Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna do your little rhyme, you're gonna do your key terms, and you're gonna do your poster, right? Okay. All right, ladies, if there's nothing else, I will see you tomorrow when you come in. Okay? All right. Bye-bye. Thank you.